himself.
This is the Charles Zaree talk show. Basically what we'll be doing here is talking about the most interesting, most big thing in sports. Now, Charles, I want you to introduce yourself.
Big thing. It's your boy King Charles here. I'm a New York Knicks fan, New England Patriots fan. I love sports. I just really hate golf. I think it's retarded. But yeah.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to start off with today is the Josh Brown case. And the Josh Brown case essentially is that a 37-year-old kicker for the New York Giants.
Kicker.
His journal was read today. I mean, no, it was read 2 days ago.
Why you letting people read your journal, dog? You stupid. I mean, you asking for
his journal was read, and it revealed some pretty interesting and pretty deep and dark stuff that he did to his ex-wife. So I wanted Charles to start this off, and I kind of piggyback off. So yeah, let's go.
What you mean piggyback? I mean, there's nothing to say. The dude abused his wife. I mean, end of story. There's nothing you can really say. It's just you're just a really bad dude, and I think a 1-game suspension. Are you serious? Hold up, let's run this back. All right. They suspended my boy Brady for 4 games for dag-blasted, let me quote, deflated footballs. But you give this man a 1-game suspension. Wow. Wow. You basically kill Ray Rice's career, but you give Josh Brown 1-game suspension. I don't understand NFL. Roger Goodell, I'm calling you out right here. Let's have a chit chat about your policy.
Hold on. Today's. Don't say nothing. We're in the middle of a video. Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Say go.
I mean, ain't nothing left to say. I mean, it's just a screwed up policy, man.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way too, just by saying like Ray Rice suspended indefinitely. All of the hate that came towards Greg Hardy's way, which was deserving, no doubt. But honestly, for you to give somebody a 1-game suspension for the one policy that you want to fix, which is domestic violence, is something that I can't agree with in the least bit. Like, this is the one thing that y'all strive and pressure to concede. And didn't they hire some type of team, like a team of women, to like help out the NBA in source of like domestic violence? This is something that y'all continue to try to help, continue to try to stop, but in the least bit, y'all never. When it's a white man, like I don't want to throw that around white supremacy and all that, but when it's a white man, it's different. Like how? That's just the one thing I have. Like, how is that different?
I don't know.
Darius, shut up.
What did I do?
But you know.
Now we gotta start it over.
No, we can just keep going. It's a stream.
I mean, yeah, but I don't. Darius, can you just lead the party?
I'll just mute my mic.
Please. On to the next news. We're gonna talk about the Seahawks and the Steelers.
Steelers. It ain't happening. Y'all playing New England, y'all going down. Like, I'm letting you know. Brady's pissed. You ain't winning that game. Which put y'all in a really compromising position. Y'all are really close to 500 if y'all lose this game. Who on your team is going to step up? Is my question.
Landry Jones is talking really big. Like, yo. Landry Jones.
You were a waste of a draft pick out of Oklahoma, man. I don't even want to hear anything from you, dude. Till you play for a good team, that's a start. I don't want to hear anything from you. Just like Brock Osweiler, I don't want to hear nothing from you.
So here's the
As a
rest.
Colts fan.
Here's the rest of their season without Ben Roethlisberger right now. They have to face the Patriots, and then they have a bye after that, and then they have the still. I mean, not the whoa. They have to face the Patriots. They have a bye after that. They have to face the Ravens, the Cowboys, the Browns, the Colts,
Okay, well, there's
and the
two easy
Giants.
games in there. The Ravens are an easy game because I don't think the Ravens are as good as people say they are. The Giants, well, you mean Odell Beckham. They're not playing the Giants, they're playing Odell Beckham. He's a one-man crew out there. They're gonna have a tough time in Dallas because Dallas is really good.
I think
But I think Romo will be back then. I think, and that's a completely different ballgame. Because Dak Prescott is really good right now, but I think Tony Romo is severely trash, and he's not gonna lead them to a Super Bowl, no matter what team he has, and it's because he's Tony Romo.
I can
He's
see-
boring to lose.
I can see 3 games potentially right here that they will win. Ravens,
Okay, but it's not gonna get into the playoffs.
Browns, and the Colts. And I say that because I really just don't like the Colts this year. Like
You don't like the Colts any year. You're a Titans fan.
Come
on now.
look. As much as y'all want to say, the Colts cannot protect Luck. I'm surprised he ain't going through the same thing Ben's going through. And then when you have
Well, that's
another,
because Andrew Luck is tough. Ben Roethlisberger is not rid of that tough.
and then when you have people on that defensive, well, the defensive presence that's there, they don't really have an elite wide receiver. I wouldn't count. T.Y. Hilton was good. I liked T.Y. Hilton.
I think Philip Dorsett could be, but I think he would be just like Michael Wallace was for like a couple years in Pittsburgh. He was just that guy that you could just throw the ball up too deep, and because he's so fast, he could get by people. I think Rashad Perriman is so fast that he can just get by people. I'm talking about the completely wrong team.
Yeah, I was about to say, nigga, don't that nigga play for the San Diego Chargers?
No, he played for the Ravens.
Oh,
But in the way that Perriman can get by people deep. I think that's the way that Dorsett can be for Indianapolis, and that's why Indianapolis is going to be the way they are. But back to the thing in Pittsburgh. You're not elite defensively. You have a couple good players in offense, but you're not elite offense. This is where we see if Mike Tomlin is really the coach that he says he is. If he can get this team to the playoffs, he is as good of a coach as he says he is.
Can we really trust them? Can we really trust Mike? There's a lot of bringing Mike Tomlin in, having Mike Tomlin. You think Mike Tomlin would have a more playoff appearance? Like I want to see the Steelers in the playoffs because I'm tired of seeing them not in there. But can we really trust Tomlin?
Well, no, he's not a good coach. As a good team, he's not a good coach. End of story. He basically took Bill Cowher's team and made him and got 2 Super Bowls, and he'll forever be immortalized as a good Pittsburgh Steelers, but he's really not that good. And I'll go.
All right, let's stop this because there's one more team that we have to talk about, and it is the Seattle Seahawks.
New England Patriots.
The Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks are absolutely
good.
What?
They're a good team. They just don't have Marshawn Lynch anymore.
I mean, a good team that can't play together. Like, what is the point?
No, they can play together. They're just not good without Marshawn Lynch.
You don't think Thomas Rawls fits that position?
No, because Marshawn Lynch was the emotional leader of the team. And when you lose the emotional leader of your team, you're going to take some steps back. No matter how good of a team you are. You're a Super Bowl contender, now they're going to be Super Bowl chumps. They
how
always start off slow, but this is really, really slow, even for Seattle. Uh, they really
I
have to
would
win
have
out if they
I would
want
have
to get in the
saw him
playoffs.
I would have saw him being in the same like record as the Titans, like my team. You know, I would at least saw him 3-3. I mean, that's the type of slowness that we see from Seattle. Not this.
But
I can,
this is scary. I love you, Pete, even though you left USC, but dude, get a hold of your team, man. There's a reason why you a college coach, dog. I'm just saying, man.
honestly though, what's up with this defense? That's my biggest question. Yo,
It's
like,
not as good as everybody thought it was. Everybody thought that the Legion of Boom was a good team. They're not as good as they make you seem. One thing I really dislike about Seattle is that they're not really good. It'd be different if they were good. They're not really good. They are very overestimated. I think CenturyLink Field, really contributed to a lot of the hype of Legion of Boom. Like I have a Legion of Boom poster on my wall, the original Legion of Boom. Like
yeah.
I loved that team, but really after Sherman blew up, after people really thought Sherman was good, that's when I knew it was going down. But then when I saw what's his name? When I saw Thurman leave, I knew it was gonna be a change.
And also the one
I'm
guy they
trying to
had on
think.
their defense that went to the Eagles. What was his name? There was another guy.
I can't think of
It was
can't think of his name.
Broner that went to the
No,
Patriots.
Browner
Yeah.
went to the Patriots.
Yeah.
I remember Browner. Browner was the best corner on that team.
Byron Maxwell? Was that his name?
Yeah, Byron.
Byron Maxwell. That's what it was.
But that team is very overrated. Right?
Okay,
It's
let's
overrated because they have their emotional leader in Lynch. Just saying. That team is not going to be good. They're going to have to eventually get rid of Wilson or build around it very quickly because it's going to get irritated that he's not winning.
Okay, let's switch gears. There is another team that I particularly want to talk about, and it is. Are you surprised at this Atlanta defense? And I say this because the Atlanta offense has been doing.
You got Dan Quinn, right? He came from Seattle, which is part of Seattle's demise. Pete Carroll's a good defensive coach anyway. But you get Dan Quinn from Seattle. He slowly builds around guys like Desmond Trufant.
You come to my court.
Desmond. Marcus Trufant, Desmond's brother. You get guys like Vic Beasley. You get veteran guys like Freeney. You get all these good pass rushers, and that's the defense that they really need to build around. I think that team can be very good for a very long time. As long as Matt Ryan's a good guy, he's going to be fine. And as long as Julio's catching passes.
I say the defense in general because the offense I feel has been doing this for a while. There's no, it's like Julio's always been catching for 300 yards. I mean, like it's just stuff that we see. The thing that really needed to step up was the defense, which did. Vic Beasley's getting to the quarterback more than he needs to. Okay. And it's just who is this? Yeah, the D is doing. I don't know who that boss gave me. Let's switch gears to the NBA. Rookie of the Year candidate. Who you got?
Okay, now my heart says I want to say Brandon Ingram, but my mind says Joel Embiid. I love Brandon Ingram. I think he will be a better version of Kevin Durant when he's at his full potential. But I think because he plays on a young team that already has pieces for the future, D'Angelo Russell, Jordan Clarkson, Julius Randle, Timothy Mozgov isn't really a piece for the future, but he's still a young guy. And I just think that team has too many guys that they're trying to develop at one time. Like, they're doing what the 76ers should have been doing, but they're doing it in a lot worse fashion. And, you know,
honestly,
I think the reason Let me finish, sir.
Yeah.
Are you really? Are you really gonna
Gotcha.
disrespect me like that? Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we have to look at where Embiid's getting his production from. They're gonna trade Nerlens Noel in the story. There's
Hey, chill out.
There's
Damn.
no way in heck they're not trading Noel. I think he's on an expiring contract. I know good and well Philadelphia
You didn't give
doesn't want to
me
pay.
the chill out.
And I know good and well that they think very high of Jahlil Okafor because guess what? Jahlil Okafor is what? Top scorer on the team? I mean, you get Nerlens Noel a better defensive player, but if you play Jahlil at the 4 and you have Joel at the 5, you really make up for Nerlens Noel's defensive production.
Oh my God, what?
So, I mean, there's so many things that are wrong with that Philadelphia team, but big men
We're trying to do a YouTube video.
They have an abundance of big men, and because they have an abundance of big men, they will never, ever, ever be in that kind of situation where they have no guys they can develop. Because Joel Embiid is still relatively young. He's 22. He's 22. Not the oldest guy, but certainly not the youngest guy.
What are you talking about? Nobody said anything about Mike Wallace.
And you know, there's just a lot of things that this Philadelphia team can do. I mean, if Zaree would ever get his panties in a bunch and, you know, finish his part of the conversation, you know, I would be a little excited.
Nobody,
I
haven't said anything about Mike Wallace.
So, Embiid, man, I'm calling you out, dog.
I haven't said anything about Mike Wallace.
No, you have the most potential in the world, man. You have potential to be great.
Why?
I mean, I know you can hurt and all, but like, come on, man. You got the potential. You got the talent. Who's gonna be rookie of the year? Ooh,
I don't give a fuck, okay?
That's not happening.
Stating my, oh my God, girl. You know what? Like I'm done. Like honestly.